Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I am going to record this so I can use it as a resource to share. I'm going to real quickly do a share screen. You should be able to see my screen. We'll go ahead and use the YouTube.
Are you gonna post it on Reddit, bro?
Possibly. It will definitely be uploaded to my YouTube channel, and then I should be able to share it to Reddit.
Okay.
All right, so as you can see, I am at upwork.com. And I think I'm actually on my client profile instead of my freelancer profile. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So when you come to Upwork, you're going to have to apply for a profile. They won't accept everybody. So you're going to have to go into a field where there's demand, such as telemarketing, and showcase some skill or background. So if we go look at my telemarketing profile, this is my currently hourly rate. I would recommend starting at about 15 to 20, maybe 25 at the max until you get a couple of good reviews. You also want to set up your profile bio, the thing that tells them who you are, to be a little bit more stand out. You want it to be something that people are paying attention to and catches their attention. It's always a good idea to include a video of yourself explaining the types of clients you want to work with. And then as you can kind of see, you get a few 5-star reviews at high dollar prices. And that's going to help that's going to help justify raising your rates frequently, right?
Yeah, like how you went from 10 to 15 to 20 to 50.
Yep. I started at 15. I wouldn't do this for less than 15 back then. Yeah. I wouldn't do it now for less than 30. Like if everything was done for me and all I was doing was making phone calls, I would require 30 at a minimum. But even then, that's, I'm going to have to like the client to do it that way. We got 80,000 plus in total earnings, 2,259 total hours. Two things that you want to make sure is that you go in and do some skill tests, just to verify that you have the skills. Put in as much valid information as you can. And then you're going to go to, once your account's set up and approved, you're going to go to find work. Now you're going to need to purchase connects. And these it used to be free, but now you have to buy them. But just to show you, if you go into buy connects, you're talking about buying, 80 for $12, 300 for $45. 300 connects will get you 100 job bids. Okay.
That's crazy.
Because it's anywhere from 3 to 6 connects per bid. So we go into find work. We set the filters how we want them. In my case, I'm usually doing any telemarketing and telesales, and then I will also add, where are my filters at? They changed the filters. They used to be over here. And you used to be able to select like expert, beginner, entry level, all that stuff. You should still be able to set that somewhere, I would think. But like, go ahead and set your filters so that you find jobs that are looking the way you need them to. This one, create a sales presentation for B2B professional service business. I can do that, but that's not what I'm looking for. Lead generation. This is going to be one that's probably going to be a fit because I generate leads. However, they're wanting an expert for $10 to $15 an hourly rate. They're barking up the wrong tree if they're looking for US based talent. $15 is entry level at best. Outside of the US, if you get into places where they speak English as a first language, such as the Philippines, Sri Lanka, you could probably do that. But at the same time, they're still going to have that thick accent, which is going to be an uphill battle for them. Right here, need a cold calling phone sales expert. Expert, $45 an hour on the high end range.
Wow.
I might still bid that, right? So if we're going to go in and bid, we're going to open it up. Yeah, I know you change stuff all the time. So we want to look through the job, make sure same day cash commissions on any sales generated, all of that stuff. And then I always like to look through their client history just to make sure, because like these guys, they have had 207 hires. They have 3 currently active, and they've spent over 100K. Their average hourly rate paid is about $14 an hour. So these guys are probably really good, consistent clients. Fast-growing IT services company with a wide range of IT services that we can sell to small and medium-sized businesses. So project length is more than 6 months, more than 30 hours a week. So we go ahead and go make a bid. I'm gonna move this out of the way.
So, my bad. Just clarifying. So when you're doing this, like, so they're paying you 15 per hour, or are they paying you per?
Well, in this case, it's 25 to 45 per hour,
Yeah,
but they pay me whatever we agree on, right? So this is the bid. This is where I put in essentially a job application, but it's also I'm bidding on the price. And let me kind of get to that here. And as you can see, send a proposal for 6 connects. So if you got 300 connects for $45, you're going to get 150 bids at 6 connects, like 150 chances to get a job. And honestly, I actually outsourced bidding a while back when I was still using this. So I had my admin bidding like 20 to 25 jobs a day, and that would result in anywhere from 4 to 5 interviews a day.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm on my telemarketing profile.
Yeah.
And my hourly rate, like I said, is 105, but their budget is 25 to 45. I'm going to go ahead and put it in at 50, which is over their budget. Upwork is going to take a service fee. Now, here's the thing, that for service fee changes
20%. God damn.
Hold up. That service fee changes, right? So they take 20% for the first $500 that you bill. So if I'm doing $50 an hour and it's a 30-hour week, I'm already past that at the first, 10 hours. 2 hours into the second day, I'm already reducing it down to 10%. Once you get over 10,000 billed for each client, it is per client per gig, you get down to 5%, right? So when you make that bid, make sure you keep that in mind. If you're bidding at 15 and it's a 10-hour a week job, well, that's $150 a week, and it's going to take you 3 weeks and then some.
Hold up, say that part exactly one more time, because I need to write that down. If you're bidding the $10, you're giving the analogy.
If you're bidding 15, okay,
yep.
So let's say I went in here and let's just, for sake of good content, we put in $15 an hour bid.
Yep.
Okay, they're going to take $3 per hour. So I'm actually only going to bring in $12 per hour until I reach that $500 build mark. So if we open up a calculator real quick, I've tried to pin this to my taskbar. It just never wants to stay. Okay, so we got to get past $500, and we're billing at 15 an hour. It's going to take 33 1/3 hours to get to that 500.
Yeah.
Right. But once we get to that, once we've worked 34 hours, we go from $15 an hour turning into 12 to $15 an hour turning into $13.50. Right. Because it goes from 20% to 10%, and it'll stay that 10% for a long time. Very few clients are you going to work for as a dialer where you're going to hit that 10,000.
Yeah,
right?
And then it becomes 5%.
Right. However, when I bid them at 50,
you get to that 500 within 10 hours.
We get to that 500 within 10 hours. So if I'm working for them 30 hours a week, which is their like more than 30 hours a week, but let's call it 30, then I'm going to have the first 10 hours paid at 40 and the next 20 hours paid at 45. So my weekly is going to be 400 plus 900, which is 1,300 for the week.
400 plus
900. 10 hours at 40.
Yep. And then the 30
and then 20 hours at 45. So that's 400 plus 900. 45 times 20 is 900. So 400 plus 900 is 1,300. So I'm going to make my take home is going to, my invoice is going to be 1,300. And then I'm also going to pay fees with the bank transfer or the PayPal transfer, however I get the money to me. But that's usually fairly small.
Yeah, like 2% max.
Well, actually, with Upwork, they actually have a deal. If you're transferring it to a PayPal account, it's a $1 service charge per transfer.
Oh, that's amazing.
Now, that might have changed, but that was what it was when I was still active on Upwork, because they do bulk transfers because they're transferring to so many PayPal accounts, and it's a consistent payday. It's like it's Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Central, depending on daylight savings time, when the money is available for withdrawal, right? Okay. So we go in here and we put in what we want, and then the cover letter. And this is the thing. I always do my cover letter as a sales letter, and I should still have some. I have a template. I usually save it to like a Google Doc, but if we go back in time here, yeah. Let's go back to 2020, right? My name is Justin Hughes, and for 4 years, I've been full-time smiling and dialing for clients and from personal coaches to software developers to insurance reps and real estate agents. Prior to full-time telemarketing, primarily in B2B, I worked sales and learned the ins and outs, like overcoming objections, qualifying prospects, etc. And then if you get down here, like reply with a time and phone number for a phone interview, what better way to interview a telemarketer? If we go into some of my even older ones, wow, it might actually not let me go that far back. But I used to have like the one that I used to have said that I was systems based, and insisted on creating systems that were plug and play. So if something happens to me, I get hit by a bus, we part ways, or I'm abducted by aliens, your business won't suffer. So I always recommend in the sales letter, the thing that's pitching your services, you want to do something that makes you stand out a little bit, something that's going to catch their attention. I think it's, I can't remember who wrote it, but Outrageous Marketing That's Outrageously Successful is a good book to check out on how to stand out when you're doing marketing, because the sales letter is a marketing piece, right?
Yeah, it's like the summary of who you're hiring.
Right. Well, it's not so much a summary of who you're hiring.
It's like a glimpse. It's like a glimpse of like the potential that you offer for the business.
Well, but okay, so that's what most people do is, here's what I offer. Here's the great thing I can do. My suggestion is actually to say, this is why you want to buy it. This is why you want to buy me. So I usually, like I said, I usually have a template where I can just go ahead and copy and paste. And then I come down here and you can boost your proposal for additional bids. I typically don't do that because my proposals stand out on their own. You go send for 6 connects.
Oh, shit.
And I've just bid that job, right? If I hadn't step-by-step explained it to you and I'd already had my template pulled up and all of that, it would have taken me about 45 seconds to bid the job. So you can do 20 to 25 jobs in, an hour at max. Yeah. Like it should not take more than an hour to bid 20, 25 jobs. And when you bid those jobs, let's go back here. Like if you look here, there's like this one was a $500 budget. I had to turn that one down because I had some vocal issues that I was dealing with. But if we go back to way in the beginning. Okay, that was a first one. It was a $17 budget. No, that wasn't the one. That was back in my voiceover days.
Are you doing voiceover?
Well, yeah. Do you hear this voice, dude? Like,
yeah,
it's magic. Okay, so David Kesey was like my first full-time calling client. He had $1,000 budget, and we went and did this campaign. It didn't take very long. It was like a week, and it was primarily the point of this was just to test me out. Once we had gotten this point, we went ahead and and arranged a secondary contract. Once we concluded this one that was done off of Upwork, right? So that I didn't pay the fees, but also that he wouldn't have to deal with the Upwork process. Same with Bill Cellino, Ron Douglas. That was a good one. That was when I was up to 30 an hour back in 2017. And I kind of want to show you, I was hired by this guy in October of 2016. In November of 2016, I was arrested and spent 2 months in jail until January 12th 2017. In January 17th, 2017, I got this one at 30. And if we go up some more, that one we actually built out a call center for him. So that was the $1,000, and that was a weekly budget.
Whoa, weekly budget. So he's giving you $1,000 a week?
He was paying $1,000 a week to my account, but I also I built out a call center, so there was
so
employees.
You were literally funding the call centers by the bread. Okay, I get you.
Right. So that $1,000 a week that came in, like 600 of it went to the 3 employees. They each made 200 a week, and then I made 400 a week for creating, managing, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. This one was $27 an hour. That one got put on hold. But as you can see, like the money just kind of went up and up until I got to this point where I'm at 50 an hour, right? $5,000 budgets. And that was May to July. Dude. So that was a month and a half, right? $150 budget. That was like, there was a list of 30 hotels this guy wanted me to call. And that's half an hour's worth of work. I made $150 for reaching out to that list twice, right? For an hour of work.
So for that, for an example, for the 30 minutes worth of work for the 150, when you're calling out, he gives you the list of stuff to call to.
Typically, yes, but I also want to throw that in here. So if you've got, if you're looking at a job on Upwork and they're like, hey, we want you to contact this type of business and we want you to do, reach out and set appointments, and you're starting with no money, right? If I have money, I go use this tool, Seamless. If I don't have money, I go to my local libraries resource page and go in my library. It's A to Z database. In some libraries, it'll be Data Axle, excuse me. I'll have to log in again real quick. And we go to the find a business or executive, and we go to advanced search. And then let's say the company that we're talking to, they want to recruit, they want to set appointments with dentists. Actually, let's go dental surgeons, oral surgeons. I've done that campaign before. So we go in here, oral surgeon. Dental. And we find dental implants, right? That was the company was a dental implants. And they were looking for oral surgeons.
Yeah.
So we're looking for dental implant leads. So we're here at the library. We're at A to Z database. It is available through the library's website, your closest library. You go to their research section, all databases, business databases, and then you see it right there, A to Z database. So when I go in here and I do my search, I want to find dental implant surgery. I want a company that has estimated annual expenditures. Okay, I'm selling advertising, so I want a company that spends at least the product is $1,000 a month for the ad, so I want a company that spends at least 15 grand a year in advertising. Come over here where it says update count. Give it a second to run its search. There's 248 businesses that fit that. Click search. And now, 248 results with the name of the practice owner, the phone number to reach that practice owner, etc. So I'm going to click this little business name icon for 25 records. And you can only do 250 records at a time. But since I've only got 248, that's fine. However, you can do 250 records and then do another 250 records all day long. So if you're willing to spend 45 minutes to an hour just clicking and clicking, you can download a list of 1,000 leads a day with no sweat, right?
Yeah.
So I come in here and do all this. Bear with me as I get this whole thing done here. And then once we've got 248 selected, come over here to download.
How did you pick all of them without pressing the check on everything?
because this check right here is check everything on the page.
Okay, got you.
Okay, so this is oral surgeon. And I want to download it in the CSV, common delimited, and I want a custom. And the things that matter to me are the business name, and then the first name and last name of the business owner, the title of the business owner, and then the phone number. And if they have it, filter by the website, right? Business name, first name of owner, last name of owner, title of owner, phone number, and website. Click continue. If this is a video, and I will share the video to you as well, but so you'll be able to review this again and again.
No, you good. I was just taking notes. That's all.
Right. So I've got oral surgeon CSV right here. Now I go to HubSpot, which has a free to use version. Right. You go to HubSpot.com, sign up for their free account, set yourself up. It is limited, but it will allow you to get your start. So I've got my list here. I'm going to go to import. Start an import, file from computer. I'm only going to put in one file this time, but that file is going to have multiple objects. Those two objects are companies and contacts. I'm going to import that file. And then this is the best part. I'm going to assign all that stuff. So business name already fits. Contact name already fits. Last name, the one that usually doesn't, where it says contact properties, I want to go to company properties, and I want to put domain, company domain name as the website. And then that is just a blank. So I've got their first name, the business name. I actually usually put that as a company too. Name, company name. There we go. All right. So I've got these details, right? And then I'm going to click, because it's got that one on the bottom that is not a fit, I'm going to say, don't import that. I'm going to click next. I'm going to go ahead and let it save as that. I'm going to click this checkbox that says, I agree all contacts in this import are expecting to hear from my organization. That is because they are a business and this is business to business. There is no DNC for business. There's none of that, DNC? So I don't have to worry about it. Do not call registry.
Okay.
So if you're familiar with, like, if you're a consumer, if you have a cell phone, you can put your number on the do not call registry, but there is no do not call registry for businesses because the only way business gets done is if you get calls.
Yeah, right? yeah. Sales between businesses.
Right. So we imported 248 rows, 475 records. Everything looks good.
God.
Now we're going to go ahead and go to our contacts. And we can filter this. All filters. And I want to filter it by the import that I just put in, which is oral surgeon. Right there. Apply that filter. And then there's all sorts of stuff I can do here. I can assign them all to me, which I would typically do if I have more than one person in my team. And then on top of that, I can create a task list. Now, the task list is going to be a little trickier because on the free version, you can't go through the task, but you can definitely create the task, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to create oral surgeon outreach. Now, I would typically, especially with a premium version, I would always set this to call, because once you can pay the monthly required for the premium, it'll actually let you just click to dial and it'll bring up the call task automatically and all that stuff. Set it for whenever you're ready to start working. Create that. Then you can go to your task, which is going to be under the sales tab. And then, as you can see, I now have 100 tasks that I can reach out to. And I've got, I need to call Randy Bunton. He's the, we open this up here. Randy Bunton is the manager at Smile Gulf Coast. The phone number is right there. The website, the company name, the phone number for the company. And
wow,
then when you don't have the dial function, My recommendation is to highlight the number and right click. I don't know if you can see that for sure. Yes.
Yeah. Copy.
See where it says call from OnePlus phone?
Yeah.
My phone has the same Chrome account as my computer, so they're connected. So when I click that, it will actually send that call to my phone right away. I don't have to worry about dialing the number or mistranslating the number from, reading it to dialing it.
Yeah. So you have like your lag time is great.
It's reduced. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you go in, you do the task, and if that was a call that I had made, I could go in and log the call. I can select the outcome. Hey, we connected. Hey, I left him a voicemail. You can set the call direction. It was outbound. Describe the call, log the call, and complete task, and that'll put you through that task, and you'll be able to go to your next one. Right?
Yeah.
So this is the back end. The freebie HubSpot and the free library database is how I got my start with the list, so that I had my own list and could find my own leads and get all that information. And then Upwork was how I got the first jobs I got. All right.
Yeah.
So does that kind of give you a good walkthrough of how to go from bidding jobs on Upwork to setting up for the job to do it?
Yeah. I got a pretty good example. You could either pay for the leads or go for that website, the ANZ. Right. I wrote it somewhere. Yeah,
it's going to be available through your local metro library. So I don't know what city you live in, but go to your library. Make sure you got a library card, and then you can go to the library's website from your home computer, and then go to their research section in their databases, their business databases. And then it'll either be A to Z database or Data Axle. I think Denver's library still uses Data Axle. Those are basically the two competitors, and they look the same. Like from a user interface standpoint, Data Axle looks exactly like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just like when you get onto Upwork and you're doing the Upwork jobs, there's an Upwork time tracker. So you can keep track of how many hours you work for a client, so that you can guarantee on those hourly jobs that you're getting paid what you're supposed to.
Okay. How do they track my hours?
Let me show you real quick. No, those aren't what I want. The Upwork, like I said, there's a time tracker. Let's see if I can find it. Desktop app. There we go. All right. So you get this tool on your on your computer, and it looks just like this. And you go select the contract you're working on, and you click I'm working on it. And what it'll do is it'll actually take little screenshots at random intervals, about one every 10 minutes or so. But like I said, at random intervals, so that it can track that you're actually doing the work. But at the same time, when it's tracking those hours, which you can edit. So if you forget to clock out and you go in and you're like, oh, I stopped working, I forgot to clock out, or, oh, I took a break and didn't clock out, and now it's got a screenshot of me looking at my email or whatever, you can fix that before the end of the week. And then when it's finished, you submit the hours that you worked on that contract, it will automatically bill the client for those hours.
Okay.
Okay, so does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Is there any other question on this process?
So when it screenshots every 10 minutes, how do I turn off when I clock out? I just log out.
The same way. Right? There's a little button here. There's a little slide that says I'm clocked in or I'm clocked out. If it's green, it's clocking in and tracking the hours. If it's gray, it's not. And I mean, this picture right here shows it, where you're clocked in and the time is going up. And then you clock out, as it does it in 2 seconds here, and it stops, right?
Okay.
It's a really simple, intuitive time tracking tool for Upwork freelancers.
No, it makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
Okay.
No, I ain't gonna lie. This is pretty, because like I have no problem talking to people. Like that's like a part I have zero problem with. So thank you for the steps, to be honest.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of my thing. Like, again, this system, this process of go to Upwork, bid a job, find a list on the free database, and dial through the free CRM was how I got from homelessness to housed. And granted, my office is also my wife's sewing room, so there's piles of fabric in my office, but it is still a house. Like, it's
No,
not
no,
even an
no.
apartment. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. So,
Man, it's not even a house; it's a home. You know what I mean?
well, home is the people. I realize that the home is the people in the house.
No, 100%. But that's
So,
why I said like, because even the background with wife, kids, so therefore it's a home. It's no longer a house. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But like, I was unhoused in 2017. I left jail to a homeless shelter. In 2018, I got into a small travel trailer on some family property that was rigged up with electricity and such. And in 2019, May of 2019, I got into this house. I've been there since. So I've been here for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
House. I was homeless for 8 months out of the year 2017. We could technically say I was homeless for 2017. Normally, it takes people 20 years to overcome poverty. I did it in less than 5. And this is how.
Wow.
Upwork and free database, free CRM, free calling tools, whatever resources I needed were right there.
All right, got you. All right, I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely motivating because so like when you pitch the people, how do you like give me like a pitch, like not like your legitimate pitch, but like a little small pitch for like the oral thing, for example.
Okay, so there's a methodology I use when coming up with a script for my clients that is really simple. And I'll actually go ahead and see if I can find, I've got a map, I've got a mind map of how it works, but it's introduction. So, hi, this is Justin with ABC Company. Just a quick call. I always say quick call because that drops their defenses a little.
Yeah, that's 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yep. Just to, and I don't do 2 seconds. I don't do like, oh, do you have 2 minutes? Am I calling it a bad time? None of that. I'm like, hey, this is Justin with the ABC Company. Just a quick call, to introduce you to ABC Company. ABC Company solves this. ABC Company for oral surgeons, for example. ABC Company helps provides oral surgeons with way more opportunities to sell dental implants through effective social media marketing. Can I ask, are you the one that handles that? Yes? Okay, great. Hey, listen, I don't want to take up a lot of your time right now, but what I wanted to do is, like I said, we help companies, oral surgeons, get more dental implant leads. We do this through very manageable and affordable social media marketing and advertising. Can we get 15 minutes on your calendar so that I can learn a little bit about what your practice is doing, how it is currently marketing those dental implants, and if and where I could add value? That's it. That's
Yeah,
the
okay.
gist for Massive Lead Gen. Hi, this is Justin with Massive Lead Gen. Just a quick call to introduce Massive Lead Gen. We solve weak or empty sales pipelines. Just wanted to do a quick check-in. How's your pipeline looking? Oh, it could use some help. Well, let me ask, does it make sense to get 15 minutes on your calendar? Let me ask a few questions about what you're doing currently for prospecting and see if and where I could add some value. That's it. That's the formula for all of my scripts. There's more to it as you get those calls made and you start having conversations and running into situations where, oh, this person asked this question or this person had this rebuttal, but you've got to get that information before you can actually come up with solutions to that. Does that
No,
make
100%,
sense?
100%. Yeah, it's basically trial and error.
Right. So,
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. This sounds like something I'm definitely, because like door to door gets annoying after a while because your knees start hurting. But this, man, all I gotta do is call and talk. Man, let's go. I gotta get the leads, and I get it. Like I know it. There's gonna be a just in time period, but I feel like it's gonna be cool, to be honest.
I did door to door in full dress clothes in Oklahoma summers with a 70-pound vacuum under my arm.
Whoa, no,
10
hell
hour
no.
days.
Hell no. No, I remember last time when it was like really bad weather, it was like 100 something degrees. When I tell you everybody was drenched, we had to go